I'm fucking shit up on the regular, bro. Now, the fucked up thing about this is why I was so annoyed about having to restart and I was trying to avoid it. Because oftentimes, if I start the stream and then people show up, then people show up. But then if I try to restart it because something went wrong, 99.9% of the time, those people don't come back. You know what I mean? Like nobody shows back up. So then I'm just sitting here and then I feel like I wasted everybody's time. It's one of those moments. I'm trying to like be positive. Like I low key on the lowest of keys. Y'all know I like to try to be honest with you guys, especially about my emotions and shit. I low key want to like end the stream completely because I feel like I fucked it up already. I feel like I fucked it up already and it's like ruined. So I low key want to be like, fuck it, I'll try again another day. But I know full well I won't have any other time to stream. I don't think I was gonna film a video today. If I have time to do that. I don't know if I have time to do that, but I don't know. It's just me trying not to tell myself that I'm a failure at all costs. It's always just, you see, this is how my head works. I'm always like, you're a failure, you're fucking up, you're ruining everything. Blah, 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 blah. Now I need to go into YouTube Studio and private things because otherwise it looks like I just uploaded 16 times and that's not what we doing. Edit. There we go. Okay, we're back. And we're back. And we back at it now. So I didn't even get a notification. I hate YouTube. YouTube be, working against me at all costs. But what I was trying to do, I was watching Snake Discovery before I started doing this. What I was trying to do was I was trying to do the stream through Streamlabs so that when talking about any opinion, I could literally bring it up and you guys could see it. I'm just doing a webcam stream now, which is easier on this computer, so it's whatever. But I can't bring it up on the screen so you guys can't see exactly what I'm talking about. Which is bootleg as fuck. Whatever. That's what I was trying to avoid. Chances are, if this stream doesn't go over well or like YouTube doesn't give notifications to everybody or whatever, then maybe I'll download the stream and then try to edit it into a video so that way people can still see it instead of watching like the whole stream. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know, because I feel bad because I feel like people might be missing it. Who knows? I don't know. I think I'm overthinking it. I think I'm just overthinking it. I think that might be it. But what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up Reddit on my phone. Shout out to Cheyoung, which is a unboxing video. There's an unboxing video that's coming and I haven't finished editing it yet. But I did find Taste of Love at Target and then I filmed an unboxing video. So that's coming soon. I guess look out for that. Yeah, I'm going to pull it up on my phone. I'm going to read off whatever the opinion is, and then we'll have a conversation. We'll talk. We'll see what goes. I never got the notification. So you didn't get the notification for this stream, or you didn't get a notification for the scheduled stream? Because I tried to be proactive and schedule streams so like people could be like, but it didn't work out because this computer sucks. For this stream, fuck. People aren't getting notifications, and that's probably why. I wonder, I should use my Discord. I realize that I do not use my Discord very often. I'm going to go and say something on the Discord. The schedule stream is still on. See, this is the thing. I don't know how to schedule streams, so I just did it without thinking about it because I don't know how to make it do. Wait a minute. Oops. I want to put on some background music, but like I've been getting copyrighted the fuck down lately. Almost every video that I've uploaded in the last 3 days has gotten copyright strike. So that's how we live in. I'm trying to do something, girl. I'm trying to do something. I thought I could get away with Luna, but BBC copyrighted my shit like late. Like when I first uploaded it, they was cool. They didn't say nothing. 3 days later, they copyrighted that motherfucker. That's ridiculous. Right. Hold up. Because what I did before, I think I had like Animal Crossing music coming up. I will throw on some Minecraft music. Shout out to the TV in my living room. Loud as shit. Minecraft music isn't copyrighted, is it? Oof. Okay, that's that on that. I just wanted to type the thing out in the Discord. Okay. I need to read everyone's messages. Love your wall. Thank you. I think that's what happens when we get too many at once. Okay, yeah, probably. I be doing too much. Like I'll upload like the warning before the stream and then the stream, and then sometimes I try to do fancy shit and then I fuck shit up. Turn it down just a bit. No, here we go. I'm gonna do my No Thoughts Head Empty Nintendo music. Not that song. There we go. Can you guys hear this? Probably good. I hope you upload the stream later because I have a hefty comment on the BTS choreography thing. We'll probably talk about it in this, but I do think that I'll like save the stream and then I'll try to edit it into a highlight reel later. It's probably be a pain in the fucking ass, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Now, we'll get to it. Let's just open Reddit and see what's going on. So, as I say, literally every fucking time I film a video, I tell you guys that I'm not on many K-pop social medias. Like I'm not on Twitter that often. I don't really use Instagram. I think the social media that I use the most is probably Reddit. But even then, I'm just scrolling through it for like a little bit and then I move on. Like I'm not on it. So there's a lot of shit that's been happening that I kind of didn't know everybody was still tripping off of. Like I knew about the whole hyping situation clearly because I talked about it. But looking through the subreddit yesterday for screenshots for the thumbnail that I made, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of tea. Apparently, people still mad about Hyunjin, and honestly, it's a confusing situation. But I've been seeing a lot of like angry posts about Hyunjin coming back, and people who just didn't like. I think these are people who just didn't like Stray Kids, anyways. Who are just like bashing stays and like dragging Hyunjin and Stray Kids through the fucking mud and which is a common thing. Like I feel like Stray Kids is one of those groups that like no matter what they do, they always get in some shit. I didn't know everybody was that mad about it. I mean, I knew because it was still a thing and I understand like the whole bullying accusations, it was still like a problem and I knew about it, but I thought that we had I didn't know if it was true or not because to me, I'm still confused. So I don't necessarily want to go down the route of like Hyunjin didn't do it and I'm just going to believe that. And I don't want to go through the extreme route of he did do it, he needs to leave the group because I really don't know. Because there's people who are saying, and even through reading through my own stuff, reading through the things, there's people who are saying that the OP, like the person who accused Hyunjin of these things, was lying. There's like people who are retracting their statements. There's like, and then for us, like people who aren't Korean, what we consider to be bullying, and what Koreans consider to be bullying, or like those type of things, some of us don't consider that to be bullying. You know what I mean? Like when I won't lie to you, when I first heard about it, I heard that like Hyunjin said something rude to a classmate in class. And to me, especially going to a public school, I'm like, motherfuckers used to say rude shit to each other all the time. I don't want, like, to me, that was just like, okay. But I didn't know if there was anything else. Like, I didn't know if there was something else that came out. That's the thing. I really am still lost. I'm still kind of still lost. Like, even when it comes to all of the bullying accusations that came out at that time, I still feel none the wiser. Like, I feel just as confused as I did then, now. And even still, like, I don't even know what happened to Sujin from G Idol. Because last I heard, she was basically saying that, like, okay, if I bullied this person, then then I'll leave the group. That's what I heard she was doing. And I don't know what G Idol's doing, so I don't know what happened. Didn't the label apologize? Isn't that basically a confirmation? I mean, not necessarily. The label apologizing doesn't necessarily make it a confirmation. The thing is with JYP, they go into scandals assuming that their idol did it. Like, they don't really protect the idol. They just kind of go straight in and go, all right, they do it presuming that the idol actually did do it. So we don't know if they did the research. We don't know if it's actually been confirmed. I don't know if the apology itself is a confirmation that Hyunjin was doing fuck shit in school. I don't know. I really don't know. And a lot of people didn't really feel like, a lot of people felt like that apology, if we're talking about the apology that Hyunjin had posted on Instagram, a lot of people felt like that was odd because they were like, the way that they was writing it, it was like, we need to work on finding better trainees. I can't remember the exact, term. If the post is still up, you guys can go look it up. But a lot of people didn't really like that. I don't know. It was really confusing. Kids do dumb shit in school, yeah, but like, let's not blame the victims and act like dumb shit doesn't affect them. Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like that that whatever it was that Hyunjin did, whether it was just him talking shit in class or whether it was something really, really serious. Regardless, it clearly still affected the person, and who am I to try to police how somebody feels about what happened to them in school? Like, a lot of things happen to a lot of people, and everybody has different thresholds on what they consider to be cool and not cool. That's, not my place to assume or presume or whatever. But the whole situation was still confusing, and I'm still confused. I still confused. Like, Hyunjin came back, and as somebody who's a fan of Skiz, I was kind of like, yay. But everything still kind of feels a little And then when you go on like Twitter and like Reddit and like when you read everybody else's opinions on it, it just kind of stresses you out more because nobody's really coming with actual facts. Everyone's just kind of giving their opinion or like using this as an opportunity to just bash Stray Kids as a whole. So then you really don't know nothing. Like, I just keep reading because I want to see if there was any new information, whatever. And I'm not really getting it. I'm just getting a lot of like confusion and angry statements, and I'm lost. You know what I mean? It was confirmed that some of what OP said about Sujin was true, but the bullying didn't happen. Word. I remember hearing like rumors that like Sujin used to smoke in school, and they were saying like that was a thing. Like, she used to ride a motorcycle to school or whatever. Like, she was basically like a bad girl. I don't know. I haven't even read a fucking Reddit opinion yet. Before I do that though, we didn't talk about BTS's Permission to Dance, did we? I kind of talked about Butter when it dropped. Not even really. I didn't do a reaction for it, and I didn't really like make a big video on it, but I did talk about it for a little bit. I'm gonna tell you guys my opinion on Permission to Dance. Let me read what Julia's saying. It is tricking when you're tricky, I presume you mean, when you're a celebrity. The K-drama about bullying that was supposed to come out with Jan, when the female lead got caught in a bullying scandal, it was canceled. Oh Lord, the irony. Wow. That is super duper ironic. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Hi Kayla. Hi everybody. Yeah, it's a fucking mess. But to tell you guys, wait, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask you guys first. What did you guys think of Permission to Dance? Let feel free to, and be 100% honest. Like, This is a open forum. We are being honest and we are respecting each other's opinions. As long as you're not like outright being like hateful. What did you guys think of Permission to Dance? It was cute, but not my jam. Ed Sheeran. PCD is cute, nothing to blast, but it got stuck in my head. I liked it, but a little childish. Honestly, I liked it. Fun, I liked it. It made me feel happy. I love Permission to Dance. It gave me High School Musical vibes. It's just a cute little song. Work, 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 work. I didn't like it at first, but now I'm in love. It makes me feel happy. It does definitely give High School Musical vibes. Definitely gives Ed Sheeran. And I'm here's the thing. I agree with D'Angelo Wallace, Ed Sheeran out here making him sound like Kids Bop. That's the thing. And I did see that apparently armies were attacking D'Angelo Wallace. And this is the thing. I think a lot of people just don't like him because he was outspoken against BTS at some point in his YouTube career. I think he made a video talking about how he didn't like BTS, and armies were like, whatever. If he doesn't like BTS, that's cool. I don't really know what his stance on BTS is now. But I will say this, and I feel like I need to preface this for anybody who may be watching this stream in the future with, I love BTS. I've been a fan since the beginning. I've gone to not every concert, but I've spent a lot of money going to concerts. I buy albums. I love BTS. They will forever and always be my ults. I will always 100% respect their musical integrity and what they come with music. And, I will respect them as artists no matter what. And I will always be a fan of BTS. Did not like Permission to Dance at all. Did not like it at all. Like, the video was cute. I watched it. I was like, oh, the video's nice. Whatever. Listening to the song, I said, no, it's not for me. She's not for me. Like, there are people out there who like it. And if you do like it, all props to you. Like, nobody's saying you need to like it. Like, I'm not telling you you need to not like it just because I don't like it. But wasn't for me. Was not for me. D'Angelo didn't even say anything bad. Those armies need to chill. D'Angelo kind of annoying. Like, he said he wouldn't talk about them again, and he's boom. And boom, I guess he likes views. It be like that. On the lowest of keys, it's like, we talk a lot of shit, but like, I want to say like, as somebody who's a YouTuber, because it's not like I'm nobody, but I do that too, where I'll be like, oh, I don't want to talk about this thing, and then I make the video anyway. Sometimes it just be like that. It really do. Bro, it's okay if you don't like the song. He said something about how he didn't understand them and it didn't sit right with me. Like, understand the language, because that's odd. I don't like people who do that. No offense, but the English songs have no meanings. They're all too bright. Here is the thing. And, the conversation about BTS and happy music and how K-pop stands don't like happy music and, whatever. I love happy music. I like a little mindless jam. You know what I mean? I don't mind it. I don't need a song to always have like some deep lyrical meaning. I'm cool with just like a turn-up track. But with a lot of I like Butter. I didn't really care that much for Dynamite, and I don't care for Permission to Dance at all. It's the genre that BTS is going, the route that they're going with their English title tracks. It's a little bit bumpy for me because I just don't like those kinds of pop musics. That's not the right word. I just don't like, to me, and it's cool for anybody else who does, but I don't like pop music that's too overly happy. Because for some reason that just, like, there's nothing wrong with it. And like you, Julia, it is cool. It's good to give people a good message. Like, it's good to give people hope and a good message and everything like that. He accused 7 Asian men of being anti-maskers. That video was a mess. It's okay if he doesn't like them, but the points, he was so confused. He was accusing them of being anti-maskers. That's a little odd. That is absolutely a little odd. And some people are saying they have to talk about depressing things. Yeah, like, I'm cool with BTS just chilling and making like a cool little turn-up song, but that genre of pop music, I just personally don't care for. It was a good song, nice concept, but for some reason I did not get that feeling. I didn't get the BTS vibe. I didn't get that spark. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. That's exactly it. Like, it was like a cool little moment, but it didn't feel like BTS. It felt like, okay, this is a thing. And the thing is that everybody's like getting in a tizzy about it. And like, I don't hate it. Well, I don't like Permission to Dance at all. Like, I didn't download it and I probably won't listen to it again. I like Butter though. And what I mean by that is that I don't mind BTS's English title tracks or whatever. It is a little bit frustrating and kind of sad that like I kind of feel like BTS it has to go down this route because they said before that they didn't want to make English music just to be accepted in the Western music industry, but because of how racist the Western music industry is, they forced BTS into that box. Because otherwise, like we're only like we said, we're only waiting on the Grammy at this point. So BTS probably feels like this is the only way we can get that Grammy. And they want the Grammy, and I don't blame them. So let me go back and read what y'all saying. He said it seems as if they were making an anti-masker commercial, but he didn't accuse them of being anti-maskers. I didn't know about the anti-mask thing. That's weird. What do you mean by stalling? Like they ran out of music? I think PTD was their last English song. Or it's okay if you don't like the song, but some people out here making it their personality. Yeah, like it's cool. Like, and this is the thing too. And like this is like a low-key problem that I have with K-pop and the K-pop fandom. I feel like we're getting to a point now where you aren't allowed to sometimes just not like a song that your faves can come out with. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, when we stan a group or whatever, like we expect a certain type of music from them. And you know, when you love a group, you support the music, whatever. But not all of them are gonna be hits. And that's just the truth. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's K-pop or regular pop or any other genre of music. Not every group, not every artist makes constant hits. There's always something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna scroll back up and see what I missed. Okay, I didn't miss anything. There's a streamer I watched that kind of went point by point why Wallace's video felt kind of flat. Highly recommend. Okay, word. I'm gonna look it up later. Actually, I'll look it up on my phone and then add it to my playlist. My watch later, so I can watch it later. For real, people were going in on the song. I was just kind of like, don't like it and moved on. Yeah, very same. He said the lyrics aren't deep, like the song wasn't meant to be deep. Yeah, it's okay to not like a song. Like who likes all their fave songs? Yeah. What I meant by stalling was that they made an album last year and that's a part of their storyline, but they haven't been able to continue because of the pandemic, so they gotta stall it. They gotta stall till it ends for concerts. Hold up. Let me look up that video Julia was talking about. All right, add that to my watch later. Okay. Everybody acts like B never happened. Dude, because B came out in like a weird space. I think a lot of people just forgot what happened during the pandemic, number one. But B kind of came out in this weird space. And it almost felt like they didn't really get to promote B for real. But that was because of the pandemic. Because they literally couldn't do like live shows and like do the whole thing. They couldn't do the whole shebang because everything was closed. So I think that's why people end up forgetting. Not gonna lie, I don't care for singles. I just want them to make an album. Like, I don't know. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm still going to love BTS and I still, will always love BTS. Nothing that BTS has done right now is going to make me unstan, you know what I mean? And I'm not, like, I see where they're going, you know what I mean? I'm not confused necessarily when it comes to BTS's music, even with the English tracks. I understand that it's a means to an end. I feel like it's just a means to an end. I don't think that they've changed or like BTS is flopping now or anything like that. I don't think any of that, but yeah. Now, we can actually look through Reddit and find opinions to talk about. All right, now is the part where I just scroll through Reddit to like find an opinion that I kind of want to talk about. All right, so I want to know what your guys' opinion on this one. There's this one I see. It says, once is editing the JYP out of alcohol free and replacing it with twice is disrespectful. And I want to read the whole thing. I'm going to try not to read like the whole description because otherwise I'll just stumble over it. But I want to know what you guys think about that. because somebody in the comments pointed out, they said during an interview twice said that they didn't know about the tag, and some fans started treating it as RP, using words like consent and predator and power imbalance that bothered me the most. Some of JYP's actions are questionable at the very least, but this isn't one of them. If you want to hate the man, go ahead, but don't bring up his looks or his producer tag. I don't know. Because like this is the thing, I get it. A lot of people don't like JYP, and understandable. I don't like JYP either. But it's this weird kind of thing, because as much as I don't like JYP, the JYP little producer tag is kind of iconic at the same time. Like, I don't know. I think Dynamite was a risk BTS never banked on paying off that well. Probably. Reddit hates the song. Yeah. Reddit fucking hates Permission to Dance. Man. I was looking through it yesterday, and man, going in. Y'all was going, not y'all, but they was going the fuck in on it. And wow. KSI did a song with 21 Savage. That is wild. So now they're going in. He made that song by himself too. And this is the thing, a lot of people in the comments are like, talking about like, as much as we don't like, they're basically saying like, as much as we don't like JYP as the person or whatever, it's still disrespectful to kind of erase like what he does for music and everything like that. Which is understandable. Like, I mean, in any other situation, if you were to take somebody's producer tag off of a song, like that would be considered disrespectful. And like, I don't know. I think people, I don't like JYP. I really don't. I get it. But I think people are very willing and able to paint him out to be way worse than he actually is. Like, at the very least, off the top of my memory, it is questionable how he chooses to style some of his groups, especially the girl groups. It is questionable how he holds back the boy groups, and he wants to build boy groups in his image and then kind of control what they do. And then if they don't listen to him, he gets a little bit salty. That's weird and that's questionable. But a lot of people talk about JYP as if he's literally hurting people. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's kind of weird, and like I said, like the things that he does are questionable, but let's relax. Do you know what I mean? And also the blackface thing. I forgot about that. I forgot. Not that I forgot, but it slipped my mind. Honestly, it happens so often in K-pop that it just kind of, I just bit the shit out of my tongue. It just kind of runs on a loop. I just expect it. I'd be like, you know, whatever. Forever hate them for the blackface performance. Yeah. Let's see what else is going on. Damn, I bit the shit on my tongue. He's an old racist man with power, and he'll always be icky to me, but he ain't the worst. Yeah. Very that. um Now, this is something I actually agree with. This one says, I used to hate K-pop, but now I like them, clown emoji. And they're basically talking about how there are people who, you know, would, like those people who will who used to drag you for being a K-pop stan, but now they like K-pop, and they're always brandishing, like, I used to hate K-pop, but now I love it. And they basically said, like, okay, congratulations for not being racist anymore, I guess, whatever. Like, what do you want us to do? Which is tea. I hate that people do that. And there are people that I used to know, like in school, who used to like bully me for liking K-pop or whatever. And then they'll message me like, oh, did you hear about what BTS did? Or, you know, they'll come talk to me about BTS or whatever, which is like, all right, cool. You want to come and talk to me about BTS, whatever, that's cool. But knowing your past and knowing how not only you dragged me through the mud, but was also extremely racist about the fact that I like K-pop, and now you want to come talking to me about it, it's weird. Very weird. Like, what do you want, a trophy? I don't know what you want me to do. And people be giving them likes on Twitter for saying it. Yeah, that's the weirdest shit. Like, why do people be praising those people, especially on Twitter? Like, you'll see a viral tweet that's somebody being like, I'm over exaggerating clearly, but it would literally be someone like, I fucking hated BTS with every fiber of my fucking being. I hated them and I wanted it. I didn't want them to succeed at all. And I hated the fandoms and da-da-da. But I listened to Dynamite once and now I like them. It's like, why are we giving them clout? Why? That's not nothing to be happy about. Like, y'all didn't hear everything else that person said, but you just focus on the fact he likes Dynamite now. Cool. Cool. Jappy is kind of contradictory. You can't disrespect his efforts for music, and for other reasons, you can't respect him either. Yeah, very that. He's extremely contradictory. Giving locals clout. Listen, K-pop stans are very naive. Very, very naive. Like, I did talk about that once. I think where I talked about, what video was that? I don't remember. I feel like one time, a long time ago, I made a video talking about how K-pop stans need to stop giving so much clout to people who really don't actually give a fuck about K-pop or BTS or whatever. They are just using it for clout. Like, they just make these tweets and they make these videos because they know people will run and flock to go watch it. But they don't really give a fuck about, like, the medium at all. Damn, girl. Why are you devoicing joy from your life, baby? Come on, listen to some butter. T, stop being bitter on Twitter and go purple blood. Hi, Solar Eclipse. My head itches. Ow. All right. YT reactions. I fucking hate them. Yeah. There's a lot of reactors that I used to watch at some point and I stopped watching because I kind of realized. But it's unfortunate. What sucks the most about that is that there's always the worst people who end up being like super famous and getting like all of these opportunities to like literally like interview idols and go to concerts for free and all this stuff. And maybe now they do like K-pop, but when it first started, it was very disingenuous. And it's kind of like, wow, that kind of sucks that you got to get this far off of something you really did not fuck with at first. You know, but whatever. What are you gonna do? Oh, let me ask you guys a question because I have a video that I'm gonna work on and I'm gonna film later. But I would like to ask you guys a question because I've seen a lot of posts on Reddit, on Twitter. Whenever I do open Twitter, I've been seeing a lot of posts of everyone basically saying like, "Why is being a K-pop stan so hard? It shouldn't be this hard." And everyone's kind of being like, I feel weird about K-pop right now. And I would like to ask you guys, why do you think that everyone kind of feels so weird about being a K-pop stan at this point? Like, what happened to where everybody just feels like the fandom and everything just feels so toxic and so exhausting and frustrating? Because I have a theory why, and that's what I'm going to make the video about. But I also wanted to ask you guys because I want to get a lot of people's opinions about it. It's like K-pop fans want to be accepted because we've been judged so much. So when locals say stuff like that, people go crazy. Exactly. Very exactly that. Reactors are annoying. Yeah, I like a couple of reactors. First life anyone. I'm not saying it. Y'all are. K-pop fans are pick me girls on the lowest of keys. But like, what's your name? Let me scroll back up. Kiara, is that your name? Hopefully I pronounced that right. But like they said, it's very that. It's because a lot of people, it's kind of the same energy as like when people who grew up watching anime used to get bullied all the time, but now anime is like the big thing. So then you see like viral tweets from locals about My Hero Academia or some shit. And it goes viral because people are like, oh, people like anime now. You know what I mean? It's very that. I think because it becomes so mainstream and Twitter, culture appropriation, maybe toxic Twitter is exhausting. Yeah, people getting canceled left and right. Yeah. Milk Junghyun's death for money, milked his fans for money to meet BTS at the AMAs will end up sitting in the crowd. Almost. Kiara, got it. Sorry, I mispronounced it. Kiara, I got it. I feel like everyone wants to be all up in K-pop idols' business. Yeah. Some people just need to mind their fucking business. But yeah, I'm gonna make that video. Y'all gonna see. I do think that like it's just been, in particular, I feel like because of the year that 2020 was, not just counting the pandemic, but everything else that happened that year in terms of like BLM and then the and all the Stop Asian Hate and Pride Month, and there's been a influx of trans people passing and all this stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff happening, especially in 2020. There was a lot of stuff happening, and I feel like it happened the most in 2020. And because all of that stuff was happening, and also we were stuck in the house, there is this subsect of people who only see things like K-pop idols doing cultural appropriation or any type of K-pop scandal, no matter how serious or unserious it is. Some people only see it as a means to make fun of that person. So, for example, when Hyunjin from Skiz, when he had that whole situation going on, there weren't people who genuinely cared about the victim and the fact that they possibly were getting bullied or genuinely cared about that situation at all. There were just people who did not like Stray Kids, who thought Stays deserved something like that, who were spewing hate all over Twitter, being like, Hyunjin should leave the group, just using it as a one-up to be like, oh, how can you say anything to me? Your fave did this. You know what I mean? And that's, I feel like when K-pop becomes exhausting, especially to people of color, where it's like people are using things that genuinely bother us, like blackface and saying the N-word and all of that stuff. People are using that stuff that genuinely bothers us as just a one-up to make fun or be like, to either be like, I'm better than you because my fave doesn't do that, or your fave did that thing. Aren't you disappointed? Aren't you ashamed? And it's, yeah, as a gotcha moment, using everything as a gotcha moment. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to no end. It really makes people feel like, fuck it, why the fuck am I here? Because I'm constantly struggling. And then it was happening thing after thing. Like, I feel like lately, I don't know if it's because, quarantine, people coming out the house, whatever, but it's almost always scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. It'll come in succession. It gives nobody any time to breathe, to think about it objectively. And that's why I think, for example, the whole ENHYPEN situation, that probably blew out of proportion so quickly because we have to deal with situations like that on a daily basis at this point. There's almost always every other day an idol group. Oh, this idol group said the N-word. Oh, this person did blackface. Oh, this person has cornrows in their hair. Oh, like it's a constant thing. So people are very, very reactionary, which is another issue because it doesn't allow people to actually think about what happened and think about things objectively at all. People just go off their first thoughts and then they don't come back to it. Like there's no comeback around where people are like, oh, maybe we overreacted, or anything like that. It's just instant reaction. And that causes a thing. I got really hot, so I'm going to turn my little mini fan on. I have to burp. Excuse me. The Taeyong situation. Was there another Taeyong situation? Did something happen to Taeyong recently? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've not paid any attention to NCT since Make a Wish. I've been asleep. I've really been asleep. I've not been paying attention. I did listen to Hot Sauce. I thought it was okay. I didn't really bang with it that much. I didn't only listen to that one time. So if I'll listen to it again to see how I feel. But whatever. Do you think K-pop will ever be accepted the way anime is? I don't know, because I feel like anime got accepted the way that it did because it's inherently something that's fake. It's drawings, it's a TV show. So it's a lot easier to buy into the world of anime than it is to buy into the world of K-pop, because buying into the world of K-pop requires people to acknowledge the fact that there is another culture out there that is not American, and there's things that go on in the world that don't revolve around white people. So I feel like maybe, but also it's not that being a K-pop stan is hard, but if you're not, I don't know, I don't want to make it sound like a thing. and be like, if you're not open-minded, then it's not going to work for you. But again, if you can't understand the fact that there's other places in the world that don't speak English and have an entirely different culture and different, cultural norms and all of that stuff, if you don't accept that from the jump, then you're not going to have a good time. And that's going to be a lot for people to handle, especially locals who expect, because of the way the American music industry is, expect everything to be kind of fed to them quickly without thinking about it. You know what I mean? Whereas with K-pop, a lot of the stuff comes with a little bit more thought. That's also something that might cause an issue, and that might be the reason why K-pop won't be as big. Have you looked through the K-pop noir subreddit? It's a space for BIPOC people. Oh, bitch. Not bitch. I didn't mean to call you bitch. That was a endearing bitch. But no, I haven't. I'm gonna look up that. I'm gonna join that one. Because that sounds like a good time. I am going to go back to the K-pop rants one just so I can finish what I was doing there. But thank you for letting me know about that one. People can't accept seeing real Asian people succeed. Yeah, like that's, when it comes down to it, it's different. Or people are fine with like Deku and in My Hero Academia, like doing something and winning and it being fine. But like there's a lot of racism and xenophobia just built in within people, especially and also with like American media, like the way that they advertise things and the way that they do things, whatever. It's like some of it is literally built in within people. You know what I mean? It's a lot to unlearn. The way people used to make fun of people for liking anime, now those same people are in the same group of people that hate K-pop. I never understood. Side note, I don't understand why anime stands hate K-pop stands so much. Bro, we're cousins. We are the same. We are literally the same. I don't get it. If people get past their preconceptions of it, then sure, but people just see it as something that fangirls obsess over and that it's artificial, oppressive, etc. Exactly. Very that. And also that also has something to do with, I'm sure you guys have heard the conversation that people have had about why people just hate anything that's associated with teenage girls. You know what I mean? Like anything that teenage girls like is often immediately considered like lesser than anything else that's not something that's not interesting, whatever. And because K-pop is kind of seen as that, then that's one of the reasons why I don't think K-pop will ever get any bigger, like become commonplace like anime is. Because yeah, like I'm literally just repeating what they said, but like the Western industry isn't like that too. Yeah, like there's a big conversation that needs to be had about why the fuck in 2021, this big ass year of 2021, these people still have this preconceived notion that anything that teenage girls like is instantly considered like cringy or like you said, like artificial or oppressive or anything like that. Why can't we just like pretty things and just leave it at that? Why do you have to associate it with whatever? K-pop feels like a race to me. Stream, one fandom has to beat another fandom. If I don't like a song, I'm not a part of it. Yes. Oh my God. Hold on, let me wet my whistle. But I got a video that's coming out, I won't say tomorrow, maybe soon, where I talk about stream culture and whether or not it ruined K-pop, because some people think that stream culture ruined K-pop. And I understand it because that's probably another one of those reasons why people feel so burnt out on K-pop, especially because of quarantine, where you're in the house. So people low-key beat this in your head, for lack of a better term, that if you aren't streaming, what the fuck are you doing? Because everybody else is in the house, so everybody should be streaming and da-da-da-da. Like, everyone's really hampering down on what it means to be a fan of a group, and it's just exhausting. It is so fucking exhausting. I'm so sick and tired of people telling me that I'm a fake fan because I don't do XYZ. It's ridiculous. If you do feel that way, it's best to step away. The best way to experience fandom is have a GCA3 fan sharing that interest. That's literally what I do. That's why, like, I always say that I've not been on K-pop Twitter, whatever. I don't really, I don't really delve too much in on the fandom aspect. The only reason why I do occasionally for videos is for videos, because making these rant videos, number one, because I find, I don't want to say the dichotomy because I feel like that's the wrong word, but I find even though the K-pop fandom is problematic and inherently there's just a lot of things going on, at the same time, it's very interesting. It is very interesting to see how people react to things and this, then the third. So that's why I like making videos and like rant videos about the topic and stuff. But I really just kind of have to separate myself from it, because otherwise I will just be in constant pain. They act like K-pop idols are all fake and manufactured and forget they're also real people. Yeah. And also American singers are, excuse me, also very manufactured. Everybody, and to be fair, having a image or having a character that you like to do as a musician is not manufactured. You know what I mean? People think that having a character or like a genre of music that you go to or like a story that you're telling or whatever, people think that that's manufactured, and it's really not. Girls can't enjoy anything without people bashing us, literally. Yeah, y'all can be a fan of a group and not like all their music. It's your opinion, and it doesn't make you any less of a fan. Exactly! Fuck! Repeating it again is Orientalism. I can read. Watch a nice video about how people treat K-pop like that. Word. I'm gonna watch that video later. The way multis get treated on Twitter is ridiculous. I know! People dead ass act like you stand in more than one group is grounds for being bullied and doxxed. Like, bro, can we relax? It is a genre of music. Imagine, well, I was gonna say imagine if American like pop fans did that, but like no, imagine if you're like a fan of Doja Cat and like Doja Cat fans found out that you also listen to Ariana Grande on the side, and they fucking bullied your ass to death because you only can listen to Doja Cat. You can't listen to anybody else. Grow up. How about that? Just grow up. At this point, I'm only here for the music. I don't really watch the behind the scene videos, reality shows for groups unless it's BTS. Kind of same. Like I only really watch like the behind the scenes and whatever. If it's a group that I genuinely want to get into or whatever, like I'll watch it for BTS. I'll watch it for TXT. I was watching it for NHYPE, and I won't lie, I haven't watched N O'Clock in a while, so I missed the last 3 episodes of N O'Clock. And then I have other groups that I would like to get into, and I want to watch some of their stuff. But yeah, I like that this live stream was meant to be me looking through K-pop rants, and I have yet. I only came across 2 things that we talked about. Ooh, my head itches. I think like K-pop is a whole industry. I agree with Yoongi on that one. It's so big. Now we're getting NCT Hollywood. Is that K-pop? I guess. I don't really know. Honestly, I'm not tripping off of it. I'm not gonna make myself watch that show. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not gonna deal with it. I might check it out, you know what I mean? But not really that interested. I think if any K-pop fans doesn't have Twitter, he or she can enjoy K-pop very much. I do that. Yeah, honestly. Twitter's the fucking worst. Fuck. All right, here's one that's just a question. So what's the point of the Blackpink movie? Now, fully forgot Blackpink had a movie coming out. This person says, so my sister pre-booked us tickets to see the movie. I'm not a fan of BP. The reason is pretty obvious, though. I occasionally check out their B-sides, and my sister is a diehard Blink. So why not check out the movie? God, I can't fucking read. Here in Britain, I've never seen anyone vocally a fan of BP or K-pop in general, so I'm not sure why it's showing here, but I'm happy. I was praying so hard for it not to be another documentary on Netflix, but after watching the trailer, my hope was fading. It seems very similar to the doc. Jisoo said a bit of sappy stuff like how they shine the greatest when together. Janie's talking about how happy she is. I'm pretty sure they said the same thing in the doc, so if the doc exists, what's the point of this movie? I'm pretty sure it's part of the 4+1 project 50-year anniversary, but from the trailer, it just seems like them describing their road to fame, how much they love each other and can't wait for the future, etc. But wasn't that covered in the documentary? Either way, I already know it'll gross faster than Avengers Endgame. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, Blackpink has a movie coming out, apparently. This is crazy. Yeah, there's only gonna be one winner. Of NCT Hollywood? NCT Hollywood is gonna bring one person into NCT and not a whole new unit. Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. I might actually now watch it because now I'm really interested about like how that's gonna go now. That might actually be a little bit more interesting. Because the prospect of there just being a NCT Hollywood subunit was a little bit daunting. But now that if they're just gonna do the one person, then we'll see. We'll see basically. I like the BP documentary. I like the Netflix documentary BP on Weverse soon. BP on Weverse? Is that T? Shit. I haven't seen the documentary yet, but somebody in the comments just put the reason is to earn money by doing the barest minimum possible. And that's no shade to Blackpink. There's no shade to the girls themselves. It's common knowledge that YG uses Blackpink literally as a means to just get money as quick as possible. It almost feels like YG always reaches into their Blackpink bag whenever they low on funds, whenever they need some boost of money. They're like, oh, Blackpink come back. Oh, solo debut. Oh, movie. You know what I mean? August 2nd? Damn. Huh. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know how I feel about having Blinks and armies and engines on the same platform. That is a little spooky. It's a little spooky. So a little bit spooky. It's a little bit spooky. Giving us everything but music on the lost the keys. Like fuck. Is that like the BTS movie Burn the Stage? It was mad, but I kind of miss those BTS docuseries movies because it showed their journey through the tours. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. I think honestly, I'm the fucking sun is crazy. Excuse me. I'm thinking I wouldn't be surprised if YG did like something similar where they just had like a trilogy of Blackpink docuseries and show them in movie theaters or something like that. But it looks like HYBE is gonna make an American group. They teamed up with Universal. I don't want it. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know because it's fucked up because I did make that video talking about whether or not any of the K-pop companies will have like a black trainee and everything like that. But isn't it this just this weird like thing? Because I feel like if at all there is a time to create a K-pop group with more diverse people in it that aren't just Japanese, Korean, Asian, whatever. Now's the time. If there's a time, then now's the time. But it also just feels odd at the same time. It still kind of feels like I don't know how I feel. I don't know what to feel, essentially. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. Weverse is probably worse than Twitter. Yeah. We'll never get over the fact that engines were literally posting pictures of lynchings to black engines on Weverse. We'll never get over it. Weverse is like the Instagram and Twitter. Nah, Weverse is like the fucking Quora of the K-pop world. Like Quora K-pop stands. Nah, it goes like Twitter, Instagram, like TikTok, maybe Facebook, Quora, and then like Weverse is like down here. I was gonna buy the whole music industry at this point. At the lowest of keys. Why was it you get that to Weverse? I've had enough. I think people don't want K-pop to become a new American industry. They don't want it to become mainstream. It's not in its own bubble, so now it feels weird. Yeah. That's the double-edged sword, you know what I mean? Like the bigger K-pop gets, it's like great and exciting and it's cool that K-pop is so big. I said in my video that I'm gonna my Taste of Love unboxing, how cool it is that I can really just walk into Target and buy certain K-pop albums. Not everybody's, of course, but you really can just walk into Target and buy albums now. That's crazy. And you can only go up from here, but at the same time, the more mainstream K-pop becomes, the more it starts to mimic the American industry. And there are a lot of things about the American music industry that are cool, but there are a lot of things about the American music industry that are also very awful and tired, and I hate it. So people want it to be their little secret. That's why people understand when groups get big. Yeah. Very like it's the same energy as like when I was an emo kid, when I was an emo scene kid or whatever. Whenever a group would get or a band would get really, really popular, everybody would like, oh, I don't want to be a fan of them anymore. They become a part of the system. I'm so nonconformist that I have to understand. All right, let's see what else is on here. Oh, this is an interesting take. Okay, so someone says, stop bringing Jay and Jake's family business / wealth to highlight their kindness, humbleness, mental strength. Jay, let me see. Okay. They said, Jay has such a strong mindset during Island, must have learned it from his dad, who's a businessman and CEO of Enter his dad's business. Jake is so sweet and humble despite being rich. Why are people so obsessed with the fact that they come from a family which is well off and use that fact to point out their talents and personality? I literally saw a YouTube video from one of the biggest in-house content creators of how they come from rich families. Mind you, by literally sieving through Jay's dad's business and the school Jake goes to. This was even before Jay and Heesung went on the show with Hyun Kai and Tae. So you can say that they were raised well, but being rich doesn't mean the one is a massive asshole. I read that really, really bad. But I see what they're saying, and I agree. I don't know. K-pop fans have this really weird obsession with proving that, like, an idol who's rich isn't an asshole, because there's this idea that rich people are, like, assholes and bitches or whatever. I don't know. But, like, you know, whenever people find out that a K-pop idol comes from a rich family or whatever, people make it their entire personality. Like, people make the fact that Jay and Jake both come from wealthy families their entire personalities. And it's a little bit unnecessary. I mean, BTS over here, people don't want them to people don't like them because they succeed. I'm sorry. I can't read. People don't want K-pop to get mainstream because then they won't be quirky. Literally. Why are people so invasive? Literally. I'm going to be right back. All right, I'll see you in a little bit, Anna. You should not be obsessing over an idol's private life. Exactly. Like, on the lowest of keys, I guess it's cool that we do know. Like, it's cool that they come from rich families, whatever. But on the lowest of keys, we're not supposed to know that shit. Like, it is really none of our business what they fucking parents and dads and brothers and sisters are doing or how they get their money. I think people have this idea also that because of the whole K-pop trainee life thing and the way people have spoken about how K-pop trainees are and how they struggle and then, you know, they debut and they might not make, like, you know, the whole story of becoming a K-pop trainee and everything. People have this idea that every K-pop idol who becomes an idol either came from nothing or like worked, like scratched and clawed to get to the top and everything like that. And it's really not like that. You know what I mean? People have this glamorized idea of things in there. Because you can see that in the way that people will drag a group like Blackpink, who came from a bigger company and just kind of debuted and like things were fine. You know what I mean? They didn't really, I'm sure that they did. I'm not saying that Blackpink didn't struggle, but most people will get on Blackpink because of this perceived notion that they didn't struggle. I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. I need to put some stuff in the dryer. I will do that later. But let's see what else is down here. There's another post that says, I'm tired of seeing posts of people victimizing Sunwoo for Hypen. I'm not going to talk about that one because I made another video about it, but mess. Fucking mess. And I'm sick of it. I'm really, really sick of it. I'm sick of it and I am going to get a glass of water. I fucking hate, not even just with Sunwoo and Hypen, but I just hate it when when a fandom gets so attached to the idea that this specific member of this group is constantly being bullied, or like people have the one member in a group that people want to victimize. And it's always like, can we stop that? Because we talk about humanization and like people not treating K-pop idols like humans. I kind of feel like this mindset people have of constantly victimizing certain idols and talking over them and making it seem like they're always being mistreated and bullied and this, that, and the third. Like, talk about it when it needs to be talked about, of course. But I feel like that's also a little bit of dehumanization, because it's like, why are y'all just acting like this person doesn't know anything? Like they don't know how to speak for themselves at all. They need like a group of people to speak for them. It's unnecessary. Oops. Bum, 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 bum. Snipper clips. That's the name of the game. All right. What else is on here? Oh, I'm gonna play snipper clips again. Okay, I'm back and I brought some Cheetos. Lovely. I want a chip. The Subin Bye Guys Hi Ladies clip has been stuck in my head for 3 days. I don't know what that reference is. I when I tell y'all I really been asleep on a lot of people, I've not been doing anything. Y'all know I listen to stuff very late. So like I got really obsessed with particularly 3 specific songs. I got obsessed with Red Velvet's Sulgi and Irene's Naughty, because I hadn't heard it up until recently. I got obsessed with Ever Goes First because I listened to it again. I was like, God, this is a perfect song. And then I got obsessed with Some Me's Tale because I hadn't heard it yet, and then I listened to it and I became obsessed with it. So that's all I've been doing. I've just been watching lives and dance versions and studio tune performances of those songs in particular. This is very off topic, but did you see how people were scared that Peak Boy was going to do Sia in his music video? I don't know who that is, so I didn't see that. He cleared it up super quick though. I don't know who that is. I feel like I might know, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I think that also has to do with what we were just talking about, how everyone's kind of reactionary. And we also just expect the worst at all costs. So we're always like, we're just waiting for something bad to happen. Tail is so good. It really is. It's Tay's friend from the Wooga Squad. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I've literally not been paying attention to nothing. I'm, you know what they say, fake fan. I'm a fake army. Did you see Yunjin Studio Chum? I haven't, but I saw that it came out. Like I saw it in my feed. I saw it in my fucking subscription feed, and I haven't watched it yet. But I saw a GIF of it on Tumblr, and I was like, fuck. Okay, I found the post that was in the thumbnail of what happened to BTS's choreographies. I want to read what they said, and we can talk about it. But someone asked, what happened to BTS's choreographies, and they said there's been a lot of discourse around BTS's English singles and specifically Permission to Dance. A lot has been said about the music, and I feel like nobody's really addressing the elephant in the room, the choreography. BTS's strong point has always been their performances. Even songs like Spring Day or Butterfly, 2 very low-key songs, have intricate and interesting choreography that enhances the song. Yet every time they release a single for the US, that seems to be completely missing. Considering the members' abilities and the fact that the song title has the word dance on it, you'd expect something a little bit more interesting or explosive. It seems like they missed such an opportunity to really showcase what they can do to the Western public. It doesn't have to go as hard as On either. Boy With Love is a good example of chill song with good choreography. Low key T on the lowest of keys. And I kind of feel like they're doing that because I almost feel like it's out of spite. And not like, I almost feel like BTS is kind of being like, you know what? Y'all didn't want to pay us no mind when we was making our music and we was, giving you the best that we could give you essentially. And y'all didn't want to pay us no mind. So you know what? Y'all want music from us? Y'all want English songs? Okay, we're going to give you English songs. We're going to give you literally the bare minimum. We're going to give you the simplest shit, the stuff that y'all will go crazy if Ed Sheeran did, if Kids Bop did, whatever. This is the stuff that y'all want. So we're going to give you this. And that's it. Now give me my award, no plan. But it's feeling like that. I guess. I think they made it easier so people could do the dance challenges. Yeah, I think because I was talking about that. I think we talked about that when some time ago. I was talking about Blackpink's Pretty Savage and the choreography for that. And I was talking about how Blackpink choreography is fucking not terrible, but it's also it's a little bit too easy. And someone pointed out that they probably make it easy because it's for virality and everything, and make it easier for people to copy so they can do their dance covers and their dance challenges and everything. My issue with this whole thing is the idea that easy looking dances aren't worth anything. People, hold on, let me read it. People who have never danced in their life will throw that comment around on every girl group, like twice, for example. Here's what I want to suggest for those people. I want you to stand in front of a mirror and try to do these dances. Yes, the steps may be easy, but you will realize in an instant how goofy you look. And that's the kicker. Idols are not just dancing, they're performing. They take so much effort and work to look good and charismatic, and they make it look easy, but hell no, it's not. Anyway, sorry for this rant. This thing has been bugging me a lot. Also, Dynamite or Butter are not easy dances. I don't know. Very, very good point. You kind of went off on that. I mean, that's a very, very good point. And I think because we have this idea of what a BTS choreography is, because they gave us stuff like On and Boy in Love and Danger, whatever. They've given us stuff like that, so we expect stuff like that all the time. I guess. I don't know. That's what I think. Also, I have a bit more if I can share. Feel free. Go ahead. The floor is yours. It's an open forum. Say whatever you want. I always say you're free to give your opinion on anything, and then you can say as much as you want, as long as we're being respectful and we're not literally dragging people. Then they say it was because of Yoongi's shoulder, at least for Butter. For Butter, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. And I think that's probably something else that people are also forgetting. They're getting older too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking about this when I was I went on a drive earlier, and I was thinking about it. And yeah, I mean, they're getting older, number one, and Yoongi has an injury, not energy. He has an injury, number two. They're not going to be able to do that top tier choreography like we're used to. They're not going to be doing that forever. The older that a group gets, you kind of expect that they can't do that same stuff over and over again. This also ignores the fact that BTS are aging, and one of the members just had a big medical procedure, and they're in recovery. Yeah, literally. Didn't Jin say at one point that he wants the choreography to get easier? Probably. Butter is not an easy song, though. What are people smoking that dance break? I think people just be comparing it. They ain't teenagers no more. Exactly. They're not teenagers no more, bro. Ooh, this is an interesting comment. We were just talking about K-pop in the West and everything like that. So I want to hear what you guys think about this. Someone says K-pop expanding in the West has a negative effect on being a fan. And they say, I know that K-pop expanding was amazing for singers, groups, and the companies as a whole, but for fans, it's just been hell. I've been a K-pop stan since 2012, and I don't think I'm one of the delusional second-gen fans that is oblivious to how toxic it was back then. But to think it's not worse now is blasphemy. International fans have done nothing but cause fights and brought the obsessive nature of charting and manufacture wins and achievements to where some of you are simply forgetting about the music. I go onto a chart page to see what's charting and find out new songs instead of instead of the comments talking about the song or their love for the artist, it's all ended, flopped, tanked, and I just look in disgust. That sentence is funny. I know this is international fans because if you look at chart data or any chart page for Western artists, the comments look the same. I feel like international fans got into K-pop for achievements and because it's big right now rather than the love for the group. Always negative and fighting and simply don't understand why some of you, I am misreading. Always negative and fighting. I don't understand why some of you are here in the first place, using a group's achievements to push down others and comparing every group to comparing every group any chance you get. It's like you just joined to start fights. Fuck, I could not get that out. But I kind of agree. And, I'll make that when I post that video about stream culture and everything, we can talk about it a little bit more there. But Yeah, I do feel like a lot of people get into K-pop because number one, it's the popular thing right now, but also because they want to brag and they want to have the achievements and they want to talk about the song. It's funny. Hold on, let me read what y'all saying because people will say they downgraded, yet that they only mean they are easier, as if non-physically demanding choreographies are bad from the get-go. Acting like Black Swan and On, two big last year dances that to me showcase BTS at their best don't exist. Yeah, like with Brave Girls, the rolling choreography used to involve standing on stools, but they removed it for their more recent performances because it's just so taxing and dangerous, as they should. They need to, work in protecting their idols. Yeah, and also it's kind of like unnecessary. Also, like you can't have a choreography that's just hard and extra just for the sake of it. Like the best choreography, in my opinion, is it doesn't always have to be hard hitting and super duper complicated, super duper hard or whatever, whatever. It's like as long as it fits the music and it tells the story that it's supposed to tell, then there you go. Because they think it's some kind of trend. The weird racist remarks were dumb. Yeah, they made some good points. Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah, I low key agree. I can see how it's spread to fans of Western arts as well. Like how they call any edit a fan cam. Yeah, that always used to make me mad. It was a small little pet peeve, so I never really like talked about it. But the amount of like edits I'll see for like Ariana Grande and people are calling it a fan cam, and I'm like, bro, that's not what a fan cam is. Like, what are you talking about? Fuck. Plus, hard choreographies just make it harder for them to sing. Yeah, they're stealing from K-pop fans, colonizers. Exactly. The Western stand to K-pop stand pipeline is so deep. All they do is bash people under chart accounts. Yeah, and it's annoying. It's like who has the time to sit there and do that all day? Like I really think people just be sitting there with the K-pop chart Twitter accounts or whatever, refreshing, waiting for something just so they can run to the comments and go, flop, you flop, like all this for what? For what? Get a job, go outside. I know saying touch grass is like a little bit like people say it too much, whatever, but like literally relax, fucking go outside, talk to another human being, have a literal conversation with another human being, and get off Twitter. For the love of God. Sorry. You can't escape the bashing, whether it's the comments or the quote tweets. Yeah, it's literally everywhere. Everywhere. I am tired of it. It got to a point on the lowest of keys. It got to the point where like I with Twitter and any social media, you're meant to kind of create your own thing. You follow people that you want to follow. You don't follow people who don't vibe with your whole shit, whatever. And I felt like I was following some good people, you know what I mean? Yeah, they may not like a group or whatever, but they're not doing the most on Twitter. But I started to see a sudden influx of a lot of behavior that I just did not vibe with. And I was like, I did not peg y'all to be that type of people. I don't understand why we doing that. I don't know what changed, but I don't like it. And then they go on about ratioing and everything. Literally go outside and watch some trees. It's peak jobless behavior. Really, it literally is. I'm gonna put my fan on this side. Maybe that's better. Hair stop blowing in my fucking face. All right, let's see what else is going on. Oops. Why does my eye itch? Ugh. All right. All right. Here's another post that I put in my thumbnail. They said Red Velvet became a boring group, and I want to see what you guys think about this. They say, I'm anxious about their new comeback. For a year, we didn't get any content except for a few solos. But I'm talking about group dynamic. We haven't seen Irene for almost a year, and I almost feel like I feel like seeing them now all together would be awkward. Now, this is not a logical train of thoughts, but somehow with the long hiatus, I simply just have lost interest in them as a group. We get nothing from SM, no merch, and throughout the years, we barely got any content. And being in a fandom without any content just kind of gets boring. Listening to the same album on repeat becomes dull. And somehow I'm not anticipating this comeback because I feel like I know what it'll sound like. Some good harmonies, ad-libs, high notes for the Team Rocket, and then they'll pack it up. Maybe some rap for Irene and Yuri to fill their lines. I guess Red Velvet were always kind of boring, not music-wise, but the content, we never got anything. And rewatching it feels awkward, as if themselves did not want to do it. And now, it might be because we have not seen them for so long, but I just lost interest. But yeah, I feel like the comeback won't be anything new or surprising. It doesn't seem like SM cares a little bit. And TBH, the girls themselves have lost interest in being Red Velvet. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This is what I'm going to say. I don't think that, like Kiara is saying right here, it's not their fault. I don't think Red Velvet being boring is their fault. However, I will say that SM does have a history of kind of quietly sabotaging their groups because they did it with FX. Like at a certain point, think about FX. Let's, compare. Think about FX. For how long did FX not even have a fandom name? We didn't get Muse. We didn't get that until 2014 or something. I don't know. We went so long without even a fandom name. And there was almost always it was very similar. Like, I remember there was a time where Amber went on a hiatus and we had no idea where she was, and we wouldn't really get a lot of content from the members themselves. They didn't really do a lot of variety shows or anything like that. They would kind of come on to like TV shows and stuff, but not really. Like, we didn't get a lot of content for FX. And it was like, to me, I think FX was one of those groups who were constantly putting out some of the most musically interesting and visually interesting music videos like ever. Like, when FX when FX were at their peak, I was like, nobody's doing it like FX. And in a way, I kind of felt like that with Red Velvet. Like, I guess you could say Red Velvet's music is kind of predictable, but I've also felt like Red Velvet has a very specific sound and vibe, and nobody else can replicate that. So it's always very exciting to see a new Red Velvet thing. But again, I just really do feel like SM just be I lost my train of thought. Fuck. SM just be sabotaging their own groups. Like, they do that. It wouldn't be surprising if they're just doing that. I mean, I assume this hiatus is due to Irene scandal, which was the scandal of her apparently bullying her makeup artist. That's the scandal? Just to make sure. Unless something else happened and I didn't know about it. I don't know. Naughty kind of went up. I love Naughty. It's one of my fucking favorite songs. I've been listening to it a lot lately in particular, but I love that song, and the tutting and that. Red Velvet's choreography is fucking incredible. Like, I personally think, and I'm not comparing Red Velvet and Blackpink, but I think those are two great examples of like Red Velvet where they have very trendy, of the moment, current songs, but the choreography still fits the group. And it doesn't feel like meh. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Red Velvet has been stuck in the basement for real. Red Velvet are crying. Yeah, their hiatus wasn't even that long, but because the industry is so fast paced, it just fucks them over, literally. And that's another thing too. The like groups, and it's in the last video we did, where somebody said that they thought that idols should be allowed to have like breaks every so often because it gets stressful. Like, I still do agree, but again, because the industry is so fast paced, like when people go on breaks, it won't even be for that long, but everything's moving so quick, so they will get left behind. It's the unfortunate thing. I'll be so pissed if Red Velvet disbands or is just thrown away. Because SM has done it before with FX, I would not be surprised if they do the FX treatment on Red Velvet, where a member quietly steps away or leaves or whatever, and then it's just the four, and then they have like maybe one or two comebacks with that, and then it's radio silence for years, and then disbandment, which is terrible, and I'm angry. I'm very angry. Can you tell I really love FX? And I'm still, to this day, pissed about how I won't say they got fucked over, but like, fuck. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, that's the scandal I'm referring to. Okay. When BTS only did Boy With Love in 2019, people thought it was over for them. I know. Isn't it crazy how people are like, we're almost always expected that we get at least 2 or 3 comebacks within a year. Because look at how Twice be moving. Twice will come out with 2 Korean comebacks. They'll come out with a Korean mini album and then a Korean single after that. Then they'll go to Japan and drop a Japanese mini album and then a Japanese single. And then they do so much. God, that's so much. No, for real, YG needs to hire a new choreographer because On the Ground's choreography was the last straw for me. I don't think I've seen it. I don't know. I might have seen it once and I just don't remember it, but they can do better. Like, I know we were just talking about how slow choreography or whatever is cool. Like, and it is. But there's a difference between like chill choreography that matches the pace of the song or whatever, or just bad choreography. And who am I to talk shit? It's not like I'm a professional dancer. I only dance recreationally in my life, so it's not like I have any opinion on it or whatever. But some of Blackpink's and Blackpink as a whole, some of their choreographies are just bad. Or rather, I won't say that they're bad. I'll just say I don't like them. They don't vibe with me. Multiple comebacks a year thing has made K-pop fans spoiled, literally. Because we'll have like somebody like Twice who will have 3 comebacks in a year, and then we have somebody like BTS who maybe only has 1, and then it'll have armies feeling like they're being left out. It's like, it's cool to just have 1 comeback in a year. Honestly, it should just be that. I feel like back in the day, it used to be like that. The industry moves so quickly. If a group just has 1 CB for the year, people think they're going to disband. Yeah. Remember when BTS's first prolonged break was in 2019 and only for a month or 2, honestly. And you know something? When they had that break, remember all the fucking articles people was writing? People was like, oh, it's over for BTS. BTS is disbanding. They're ending everything. And they were only gone for like a month or a couple months or whatever. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Twice are so overworked. They really are. They do so much. I feel like on the ground didn't need choreography. Low key. Like, listening to the song, I don't think the song needs choreography. So that's another thing too. Sometimes they force choreography on songs that don't need one. Armies be greedy. We low key do. And then BTS still have lots of content through the year. Yeah. It's crazy because when BTS took that little vacation, we were still getting content. And people were acting like they was dead. Like, not dead. I won't say that because I don't want to jinx something. But like, yeah, people were acting like it was over for BTS. Like they were gone. Like, bro, they took the shortest vacation ever. Literally. And armies have so much content, like all the Run BTS, Bon Voyage, and all that. Yeah, literally, so much stuff. Hey, bestie. And chat. Hey, come dumpster. What's up? They rest for 2 seconds and everyone went crazy. It's the same energy as like, have y'all ever like hung out at y'all cousin's house or something on like a sleepover? Excuse me. And had like multiple people over the house, and then like the auntie or somebody's mom or whatever will go to the store or go to sleep, and it's just chaos. That's literally what it was. It was like BTS went to sleep for a couple minutes. And everybody turned shit over, lost their mind. Let me see what else is going on. BTS is a long break. Yeah, on the lowest of keys. I just arrived and heard, hey, come dumpster. Welcome, Tracy. It's crazy over here. I daydream about forcing BTS to get a spa day. I want those motherfuckers to chill. And you know what else too? I want them to chill and I don't want them to film it. Because sometimes BTS or just idol groups in general, I be thinking, and this is probably just, what they do, but you know how sometimes on their variety shows or reality shows, whatever, they'll say like, oh, the group is going to have a break in the show. They're going to have a break, but they're still filming them. So like, yeah, sure, they're getting like having a spa day. They're hanging out at home. They're doing whatever, but they're still being filmed. So it's still working. Like, y'all say that they're going on a break, but you're still filming them. So it's still work. Because you got to get mics all hooked up. Then you got to do all this other stuff. It's like, All right, let's see. One of these just says, one of my biggest K-pop regrets is not being able to see Infinite in concert. Can we just have a conversation about all the groups that I never got to see live? Not just me, but there are so many groups. We take certain things for granted. We don't realize what we have until it's gone. I never got to see Infinite live. I never got to see FX live. I never got to see BAP live. I never got to see 21 live. There are so many groups that I adored when I first got into K-pop. And I swore on my life, I was like, I got to see these motherfuckers live one day. One day, never happened. And then the group disbands. That's what's so crazy about K-pop. You almost feel like you have to see people when they come because you never know. You never know what happens. They'll disband, right? They'll either disband or they'll get thrown in a dungeon or they'll, like, anything can happen. You got to jump on that case because you never know what's going to happen. Imagine if we would. I'll never forgive Cube for what they did to Hyuna and Edon. I never will. I really never will. Because imagine, why would they set her up like that? Why would they set them up like that? They literally was like, oh, if you guys are dating, you can just tell us. Like, it's cool. Just tell us whatever. And Hyuna says, okay, fine. We're dating. Cool. Both of you are fired. Like, what the fuck? Half the vacation house is just filming equipment. Literally. Like, that's not the same. Oof, my leg itches. Not itches, but it hurts. I've been driving a lot, which is good for me, but because of that, my legs hurt. All right, so here's another post that I put on the thumbnail. It says the main problem with girl group songs this year. Let's talk about this. Honestly, my main problem with the new edgy hardcore girl boss, I don't really know how to describe them. Concept is the vocal execution. The songs in themselves are usually fine, but parts in ITZY's I'm the Mafia Ring Ding 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 and Mafia in the Morning and Luna's Paint the Town are supposed to hit hard, but they don't because there's no real power or attitude behind the delivery of those lines. Compared to how Blackpink or even Everglow sometimes deliver their lines in similar songs, the Rum Pum Pum part and Kill This Love and How You Like That and How You Like That. The lines are delivered softly and have a sultriness to it, and the harder ones are near shouting or have a slight raspiness to the vocals that make it sound more powerful. There's this real sense of disdain, disgust coming from these lines. In comparison, the lines in ITZY and Luna songs are just kind of spoken. I can definitely see what attitude concept they're trying to portray. I can't read, but it's just not believable for me because they seem so superficially invested, and it's even more jarring in comparison to the heavy EDM drops and the relatively powerful pre-chorus vocal moments in these songs. I'm not saying these groups shouldn't try their hand at concepts like these, but I just wish it was approached with more care and more acknowledgement of the fact that this is a completely different type of vocal delivery and is required for these songs to be more effective. I don't know. I'm just hoping that someone else would be able to grasp what I'm trying to say and explain with better terms. Not a stan of any of these groups, by the way. I'm just observing as a casual listener. I'm mainly boy group focused. I can't read. But I feel like they make in a lot of sense. Let me read what y'all was saying while I was reading that, though. I don't get how dating is a scandal in K-pop. Low-key, I don't either, but I think it absolutely has to do with the way K-pop is marketed and the way they market in particular boy groups to be your boyfriends, and they market girl groups as well to be your girlfriends or whatever. So whenever they end up, it's kind of the same in American culture, but like to a lesser extent, more like teen groups, like when One Direction or Justin Bieber or whatever were found out to be in relationships, and there were people who were just devastated or whatever because they're marketed to appeal to you like they were your partner. So that's why people get mad about it. It still shouldn't be a scandal though, at all. I feel like Pentagon's popularity decreased after Edon left. They really were on the rise. Yeah, absolutely. When we're going to get an FX comeback? Never, because they disbanded. They literally disbanded. They were so good. Triple H was a moment and they killed it. Yeah, literally. And then when fans rose up, Cube was like, uh-oh, we're still in talks. Yeah. I hate the spoken singing trend. The new aespa song is full of that. Yeah. That's low-key why I didn't really care that much for Next Level. It was cool, but, when are you going to get a group that can fucking sing and make good music? I see what they mean, though, because honestly, when I first read that, like, I just skimmed through it. I was kind of like, I'm not sure if I understand what they mean, because as a person who's a fan of ITZY and Luna, and knows Mafia in the Morning and PCT and likes those songs. I was like, I don't really know what they're saying. But when they compared it to the way Blackpink does their songs and the way Everglow does them, and like when they did that comparison, I can see what they mean. And yeah, they need to work on that. I mean, I don't know. I do think that this is like Itzy and Luna's first foray into that type of girl crush concept. So I would presume that they'll get better at it the more that they do it. My leg is fucking pain. My leg is in so much pain. I'm sorry I woke you up, baby. But I'd imagine at some point they'd get better at it. So hopefully, but some girl idols just aren't for that girl boss concept, and that's okay because I love me some cute concept. That's the tea too. I always kind of feel like, I don't know. I won't say nowadays, because maybe this was happening in second gen and I just wasn't paying attention to it. But I always kind of feel like back in the day, second gen groups had their lane, and that's what they did. And it didn't feel repetitive. They just did that. For example, when A-Pink first debuted and they had that soft, cutesy girl concept, whatever, and they did that for a while, that was just their lane. And for me, I didn't feel like they were being repetitive or anything like that. I liked all their comebacks, but that was just their lane. You know what I mean? Or what's another example I can give? I can't think of nobody else, but they're just staying in their lane. That's cool. I feel like nowadays everyone wants to experiment with different stuff. And yeah, it's cool to experiment. Nobody's knocking that, but you take the risk of it not hitting. You know what I mean? Like, you can experiment, but if it doesn't lock, then there you go. G-Friend, yeah. But the thing is, and then you have some cases like G-Friend where like they had that, they stayed in their lane for a long time and then they slowly started to foray out of it and it worked. Sure, people felt the type of way about Fingertip and everything. But once they slowly started to kind of delve this way, it still worked because G-Friend is versatile and they can do it. And we found out eventually that they have the chops, they can do that. Sometimes, some groups, some idols just can't do that concept. Some people just can't pull that concept off. And that's cool. It's nobody's fault. And I guess in a way you could say it's an idol's job to be able to be versatile. You could say that. But, if people want to stay in their lane, they can stay in their fucking lane. Like, I'd rather be making music or portray a concept that I know I'm good at rather than constantly trying new things and then failing because I know I'm not good at it. G-Friend's music sounds the same. I can see how you would think that. I respect your opinion. I don't think they sound that much the same, but there are some songs that do sound similar. I kind of feel like that's just like a thing. It's like a company thing. It's like a marketing kind of tactic. You know what I mean? Because remember when Momoland first got like their first hit with Boom Boom, and then right after that, Bam came out and everybody was like, oh, it sounds the same. And also when EXID first got their first hit with Up and Down, and then Aya came out after that, and they sounded similar. I just think that's what companies do. Like, if they find that song that hits, then the next song that comes out after it probably sounds very similar to that song because they're trying to ride off that success. Usually then after that, they start to try to do other stuff, which is cool. Once they try to gather all the fans that they can. I have the hiccups. I'm sorry. But yeah. Let me keep scrolling. My boob hurts. Ow. I'm sorry. My boob hurts. I don't know why. Yeah, like, I get it. It's their sound and they use it to make hits. Yeah. I'm mad at myself for taking concerts for granted. I know. I'm mad at myself for not fighting a little bit harder to go to some of the earlier K-Cons. I really could have seen like BAP live. I could have seen BTS live when they was first like getting popular. But I didn't fight hard enough. Like, my dad was gonna say no because parents, but I could have fought a little bit harder. God damn it. Like CLC after Black Dress, yeah. EXID, I miss EXID. I don't think they disbanded, but they aren't not a thing anymore. Well, still won't forgive the producer for giving Lavi and Rose to IZ*ONE. Imagine that. Imagine. I still be thinking about that low key to this day. Imagine how different. Do you actually though? Here's the question: do you guys think CLC would have popped off, for lack of a better term, in that same way that IZ*ONE did with Lavi and Rose? Like, do you think if CLC had that song, would they have gotten all that fame that IZ*ONE had, or what? How long will the stream go on for? I don't know. I guess until I get tired of talking. Actually, I do have to babysit around 9-ish, so I'll probably get off before then at least. But, you know, I'm gonna have a long ass video to edit. I'm probably gonna have to transfer it to my other computer because this computer, I had to edit which video was that? It was long as shit though. The like bass. One of the more recent videos that I uploaded. It was the bass file after I had. No, the TS Entertainment video, that's what it was. That video was long as shit when I was editing it. It was like 34 fucking minutes. So, and my computer could not handle it at all. So I doubt my computer's gonna be able to handle a fucking hour long, or this one rather. This one probably will be fine. You guys want to know something crazy? Momoland has a whole cameo on Polish TV show about old men celebs going to Asian and doing shit. Huh. The Whiplash. I don't think so, because people love them some produced groups. Yeah. Like, I think that song probably would have done well on CLC, period. Like, because it's a good song. I'm sure it did well on IZ*ONE, and I'm sure CLC would have ate it as well. But also, if I'm being honest, on the lowest of keys, I kind of feel like I don't know. Because CLC has great music. That's the gag. It's not the music that's holding CLC back. It's the company. So you can give them all the good songs in the world, but if the company is not promoting them properly and giving them, the right stuff, then what are you going to do? Oh, here's one. I think this is also on the thumbnail. Luna didn't change. It's just you only care about their title tracks. Short and annoyed ran ahead. I've seen so many people whining about they're so uncreative. They're not Luna anymore. Pre-Luna, best Luna. When in reality, they have 3 songs so far that are different from Butterfly. Pre-debut, Butterfly / pre-debut. So what? Why not? And Paint the Town. Their B-sides are exactly what you pre-debut fans are looking for. Ballads, city pop, dream pop, disco pop. So stop being lazy and take a deeper look. T. And I didn't really talk that much about Paint the Town. I did the reaction and but a lot of people have various opinions about Paint the Town. A lot of people don't like Paint the Town. A lot of people still are harping on this idea that Luna was better when they were pre-debut or when Jaden Jung was still involved in Luna. And that's something that people have been saying for years at this point. So whatever. But I do understand. Where's the song from? We Fit Plus. Okay. I recognized it. But I understand what they mean in terms of Jaden Jung, because when Jaden Jung left, I feel like the base story, the Lunaverse thing isn't really as prevalent as it used to be. Because I kind of feel like BBC doesn't really know what to do with it, because that was Jaden Jung's baby. He knew what he wanted to do with Luna, and because he left, they don't really know what to do. That you can tell. And I think people are still kind of salty that the music videos don't have as deep of a storyline anymore. But I don't know. People are really acting like Luna fully changed. I don't think Luna changed at all. Listening to Paint the Town, I'm like, it sounds like a Luna song. Sure, I can understand people who maybe don't like the music video, who think that the video is weird, have their issues or whatever. But the song sounds, I like the song. I don't know. Maybe not because IZ*ONE already had the hype and CLC would have done it well, though. Then CLC would have done it well. Yeah, that's what I think. More because of producing all, yeah. I don't stand CLC, but I need a full album from them. They haven't had a full album yet? That's wild. The only thing I don't like about PTT is the chorus and Go On and Vivi not getting any lines. Literally same. Like, I don't really care that much for well, the music video is pretty. I just think people are spoiled. Do you know what I mean? Because compared to the videos we were getting from Luna pre-debut and pre-COVID, some of the videos that we were getting before, we had this idea of what a Luna music video needs to look like. So because we have Paint the Town, which is kind of only set in those 2 rooms and is a little bit more minimalist in comparison to some of the stuff we've gotten before, people are like, oh, the video's terrible. Sounds like the BTS core discourse. Yeah, Luna and BTS are so similar, and this is why I do not understand why Orbits and Armies hate each other. We are siblings. These groups are very similar in a lot of ways. And right straight down to the way the fandom complains about certain things, and it's very similar. It's very, very similar. I mean, the Luniverse has been busting on so much lore, IDK new music videos. Like, yeah, it really has. I think people are looking for new developments. I think the recent Luna music videos, like Why Not, So What, and PTT, are referencing older things that were referenced in pre-debut music videos and everything like stuff that we knew about. And they're kind of slowly building on new stuff. What is this from? Okay, I figured that was Splatoon. That sounded familiar. They're building on stuff. And I just think people don't think they're moving fast enough. I think in a couple years or so, we'll look back at this era and the comebacks that come out after this, and we'll see the full Luniverse like happening, and we'll understand, or people will understand it better. But because it's happening so slowly, and maybe to give BBC the benefit of the doubt, maybe they don't really know what to do yet, so they're trying to figure it out on their own. I feel like that I didn't end him. That was a weird way to end that sentence. Luna BTS cousins, literally. Remember Luna Armies, like the backbone of 2018 Twitter, literally. We were Luna Armies before we were Orbits. On the lowest of keys. Luna didn't have a fandom name back then. Yep. Supposed to be having family barbecues in the yard. I know, and everybody want to just fight. Like, I'm so sick of it. It kills me. There are some groups, like, with fandoms who hate each other, and I never understand it. And it's with Luna and BTS. I do not understand why Orbits and Armies hate each other so fucking much. Let's see. This is cute. Someone said, I miss when K-pop was behind on the music trends and it sounded a little bit outdated. And they say, like, I'm talking about when K-pop was still having auto-tune in 2014 when America was just about to meet the two devils known as the Chainsmokers. And auto-tune was already beaten to death at that point. 4-minute release, What Are You Doing Today? While America was still recovering from dubstep overdose and I had was about to swing at the Tropic House beat. I did enjoy when A-pop and K-pop were releasing retro pop simultaneously, but the recent releases have gone stale for me, to be honest. But I didn't enjoy any of that god-awful Tropic sound, no chorus sound that nearly every group did. K-pop personality has been too westernized these now. I can't read, but I understand what they're saying. They're basically saying that they said like they just miss it when K-pop was a little bit behind the music trends. And I kind of think that probably, I don't understand how that can cause burnout though, because if you're somebody who listens to American pop and K-pop at the same time, you really start to feel like everything sounds the same. Like for me, I'm like in a good balance where I'm listening to both K-pop and American pop like consistently. Like when people are dropping new albums, I'm listening to it. You know what I mean? But a lot of things do sound the same, so I can understand how that sounds burnt out. But they say that there were some songs that came out in 2013, 2014, whatever, and they were definitely behind the times. They were behind. I hated it. People say, look, and people talk about the tropical house like era of K-pop. I didn't really necessarily care that much for it too. I did really like Card. I feel like Card did the tropical house thing good. That was annoying. I understand that. Whatever. I fucking hated the dubstep era in K-pop. So many good songs were just ruined by dubstep. And there's so many songs that just do not hold up because they are just product of a time, product of their times, fully product of their time. Like Catch Me by TVXQ, I fucking cannot deal. I hate that song so much. I need a group to do indie rock. Thanks, TXT. No, I need somebody to do like, okay, y'all know Bottom Bitch by Doja Cat. I need me a K-pop group to do some shit like that. Or like some real soft indie rock. I do love Save Me. Save Me is good, but some songs, man, I don't want to go back through it, but like, fuck. Am I the only one that was so disappointed that YG was giving Blackpink 21 rejected songs as comebacks for 2 years and then making them ride their reputation as Monster Rookie a little bit too long? On the lowest of keys? I can see that. And that's kind of bad for Blackpink at the end of the day because Blackpink will always be compared to 21. Like any group that comes, when there's a big group and then there's a group that debuts after them, they will always be compared. Just like there will always be people who compare TXT to BTS just because TXT came after BTS. People always compare Blackpink and 21. And YG giving Blackpink old 20 songs does not help their case at all. I love Catch Me by TVXQ. Is that the song that I'm talking about? Yes, it is. I love that song. And this is the thing. I love TVXQ. Don't get it twisted. I really, really do love TVXQ. But that song in particular just feels like such a product of that heavy dubstep era. And the song is good, but some of the dubstep is just not necessary. Like, I really think the song would have been fine. Just cut that shit in half. Like, you didn't have to put dubstep in every I don't know. I feel like Blackpink could have done so much more in their earlier career. BTS love TXT though, and that's all that hate, my dude. It's just more good music BTS is writing for TXT. I love that. 21 means 21 and not to anyone. No, it means both. It means both. I think it meant I think it was 21, like 21, because I think they were supposed to be like youthful or something, so like 21. And then it was to anyone because it's like something about individuality, like to anyone. I don't know. You can look it up, but I know it is a double meaning. Really random, but I love We Go by From S9. I have a lot of songs, so I'm working on a video that I'm gonna do, like a mid-year, like my thoughts on the songs that came out the first half of the year, kind of thing. So I'm working on that, but the thing is, there were a lot of songs that came out and that I missed. I have the hiccups. I'm so sorry. There are a lot of songs that came out earlier in the year that I didn't listen to or I wanted to listen to and I never got around to, whatever. So I have to listen to those songs and then like try to add them to the video. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm thinking I might do like a countdown because those are algorithm, the algorithm likes countdowns. But I don't know. I want to do some type of video where I talk about like, the first half of K-pop music wise. I was going to make it a video where I talked about the first half of K-pop period. And I talked about the music and the scandals and the drama and, disbandments and all of that stuff. Like a literal like half year like review of K-pop. I don't know if I'm still going to do that because to talk about the drama that happened every fucking month this year, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to relive that shit because it just made me mad. I will probably reference, disbandments and debuts and stuff because that's still music related. But I don't know if I'm going to be talking about like the drama that happened as well. Like, I don't know. It hurts. It fucking hurts. I'm seeing a lot of posts in the K-pop rants Reddit that are basically people saying that they're this close to unstanding Luna if they continue to have terrible line distribution and stuff like that. And I don't understand. I mean, I won't say I don't understand. I meant to say that I don't blame them. I understand is what I was trying to say. I fucking love Luna. I will always love Luna. I'm sick of this shit. As a VV stan, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm sick of the fucking bullshit. There is no fucking reason why VV and Gohan should be having no lines at all or barely any screen time. And there's no reason why you should be wasting the talents of these girls. Like Hustle's back, lovely. But even before Hustle left, knowing that she is a trained opera singer, the voice that girl has on her, and the fact that she's almost always only delegated to like one line during the bridge, why are we wasting her talent? Why are we wasting her talent? And I feel like BBC thinks they can get away with wasting their talent just because people had pre-debut like solo songs. People will say, oh, well, they had their solo songs, so we got to see their talent. They got to showcase their talent, whatever. I'm like, no, you don't get to just showcase your talent once and that's it. That's not how that goes. You got to keep being able to showcase your talent. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. By that logic, like when BTS had their solos, we should expect that it should be fine that Jin doesn't have enough lines, or it should be fine that they be cutting Taeyang out of stuff or whatever, just because, we saw him before. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid. Like, why are we not utilizing these girls' talents fully? And it's like, if you're going to have a 12-member fucking group, and I guess, and they're, sure, not everybody's going to be able to have, super long lines. Not everybody's going to be able to have meaningful parts in the song, especially with 12 members in a group. I understand that. But if you decide to debut a group with that many members, you had better work on it. You come into this expecting that. This is why we confuse with stuff like Luna or 17 can do fairly description, but they had years to perfect it. Yeah, like, when you have a group with that many members, you have to come in there expecting the fact that, okay, we have to figure out how we're going to divvy up these lines and make it fair. You can't just be like, oh, let's just focus on these 6 members and fuck everybody else. Like, no, this is not Heejin, Chu, Eve, and the backup dancers. That's not how that goes. You really cannot do that. And they can't use the excuse that Vivi doesn't know Korean well anymore. Absolutely not. And even then, that's not really an excuse. I never understood why people really thought of that as like a genuine excuse as to why like the foreign members didn't get that many lines. They don't know Korean enough. They practiced and they trained with this group for X amount of months, X amount of years, whatever. They still deserve a line. If you've been sitting here, if you've been working, you've been practicing training with this group for this long, you still deserve a line or two. It doesn't, like, you have to be able to speak the language of some, you know what I mean? I don't know. And that's what I don't get either, especially when it comes to paint the town. Like, we saw Vivi for literally 2.3 seconds. And I wish we would have saw more of her because she looked gorgeous. The little deer horns that she had on, she looked gorgeous. I would have loved to see that. I really would have loved to actually see it. And I would love for Gohan to have more lines because I don't know if this is the right term, but the vocal color that Gohan has is very interesting. Her voice is instantly recognizable, and I just love her voice. Like, there are a lot of members of groups who just have instantly recognizable voices. I was thinking about this with I was listening to, I think, Fever by Hypen or something like that, and I was thinking to myself about how great of a voice that Jongwon has. Like, I just really like Jongwon's voice. It's just very interesting and instantly recognizable. You hear that voice and you know it's Jongwon. Like, I don't know. Not talking about Luna like this makes me want to stand. Should I? Here's the thing. I think you should stand because I love Luna and I think that they make incredible voices. I was reading what Anna said. I think they make incredible music. However, just like any group, honestly. But you have to come into it expecting there to be some shit because, like, you know, we're talking about it. There's always some shit going on. I understand that line distribution will always be fair, but when it's always the same members over and over again, that's when I draw the line. Yeah, it's like, sure, line distribution isn't going to be same all the time, but don't you think you can flip flop it? You know, one era, let's give it to these members. The next era, let's give it more to these members. And I think BBC thinks it's fine because they gave BB more lines 12 o'clock era and throughout that whole album or whatever. And this is the thing that people be forgetting. It's like, sure, they can have a lot of lines during the B-sides, but like having lines in the song that they are literally going to perform in front of crowds and this is the song that people are going to listen to the most. Yes, it's important that they have like lines on the B-side, but it's arguably more important to have lines on the title track because that's the one that people are going to see. This is random, but y'all should check out the band Luamel. They are not very big, and I feel like many of you would enjoy their music. Sorry for the English, sorry for the random promotion. No problem. What kind of music do they make? What kind of band are they? I might be interested in it. Okay, I need to dip because work in the morning, but this was so fun. Have a nice day, guys. I can't read. But thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you, Julia. You're OG, my day one. See you later. Hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. I'll probably get ready to end the stream in a little bit too because number one, my throat hurts. I've been yelling. And also I don't want this video to be too long because like I said, I have to edit. I'm going to try rather to edit it into a highlight reel. And if it's going to be a 2-hour video, that's going to be hard. So I don't know. Let's scroll through and see what else is popping in here. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to talk about. Taeyong's apology was fake. What was his apology? What did he do? What happened to Taeyong? Did something else happen? They make silence. I was looking through the thing. They make rock-ish music. Oh, cool. If it's in any sort of area of rock, then I'm probably gonna vibe with it. I love rock music. Or anything that sounds like it. Aw. This next thing someone says, they say, I miss Luna's old comment section. I remember it being so fucking original, most of the comments, even if they weren't, they were still funny jokes. Only a few of them would be terrible. Even if they weren't funny, they would at least be original sometimes. Now the comments in PTT are just horrible as fuck. No, but none of them are making jokes. It's just Orbits saying about streaming and getting them another win. They're also aren't even nice about it. Like, they're like, get your lazy asses up. If Hassa wants another one, we're giving it. Luna was probably the only girl group I knew to have a fun comment section scene. This makes me sad as fuck. T. And I kind of feel like that's the, for lack of a better term, price you pay with a group getting more and more famous. You know what I mean? Like you end up having to deal with the comment section kind of looking generic. You know what I mean? Like there aren't many comment sections out there because I often curious, I scroll down and look at comments after I watch a video or something. And with the bigger groups like a BTS or TXT, sometimes in Hypen as well, or any group that's bigger, there's never like jokes or like fandom jokes or even any compliments on the song. Everyone's just promoting or like trying to get views or commenting so that the algorithm will work or whatever. Like nobody's ever saying anything about the music video or the song anymore. Very rarely, rather. I won't say nobody's ever, but for the most part, it's just people being like, stream, vote, da, 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 da. And I think that also ties into what we were talking about earlier with people being burnt out on K-pop and feeling like we have to do this, that, and the third to prove ourselves as fans. It's like we're being bombarded with vote and stream and da 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 da, and some people don't be wanting to do all that, and I'm one of them. I'm fucking one of them. I miss the days where I could just scroll down and have a kiki in the fucking comment section with somebody. I can't do that shit no more. All right. I think now that we've hit the 2-hour mark, I'm gonna go ahead and hold on. I don't like that. All right. So now that we've hit the 2-hour mark, I think I actually am going to end the stream here. I want to be able to I want to end the stream before anybody comes knocking on the door or anything. So that way I'm gone. Not gone, but it's over. I don't have to worry about somebody walking in on me. Popular opinion, Jimin is not a human. He's an angel, like if you agree. That's literally all the comment sections nowadays. It's stream, it's stream and vote and da-da-da-da. Or it's like people in there, it's just people spamming things. Like you see a bunch of, y'all ever see that? It's just a bunch of comments of people just spamming stuff. It's like, what are you even saying? Are you just, whatever. Always fishing for likes. That's, not to sound like a boomer, but at the baseline, honestly, of a lot of issues that people have with the K-pop fandom, whether it comes to the comment sections on YouTube or anything, I'm gonna cancel my Netflix because I don't use it, and they just took $10 from me this morning. I don't even fucking use it. But fuck, what the fuck was I gonna say? Yes. So this is what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. I feel like the baseline issues that a lot of people have are people say things, whether they either be super duper problematic or just, just for likes. Everybody's fishing for likes. Everybody's fishing for some form of clout, retweets, going viral on TikTok or Twitter or wherever. It's like people don't care what they say. I don't know. I sound like a boomer, but. All right. Edit. Thanks for the like, guy. That's social media for you. Yeah. I mean, I can't even blame them because hey, look at what I'm doing. Listen, we're all gluttons for instant gratification and we all want to be loved. Can you really blame us? Some of us, we grew up and we didn't get a lot of love and support from family members and stuff. So this is what we have. As somebody like me, and not to spill my whole, personal tea and shit, but I was pretty much raised by the internet. So this is kind of all I got, which is sad and awful. I'm working on it. It's cool. I got therapy. I go outside pretty frequently. I'm working on it. But a lot of people, this social media shit and this internet shit is all people have. So but yeah, I think I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna head out. This was fun. Again, I really, really love doing any type of thing where you guys where we can interact and I can read your guys' thoughts and opinions on stuff. Been on YouTube since I was 14. I think I've been on it since I was 8. I don't know. How old was I in 2006? I think YouTube started in 2006 or maybe 2005. And then I got on it a year after because my friend showed it to me. I've been on YouTube for a hot ass minute. I was on YouTube back when YouTube streams didn't look like this, where they had a room. It was kind of like Discord, where they had a room where multiple people could join and you could all chat, and then there could be a video playing or whatever. You could queue up videos to play. I was on YouTube when it was a social media platform where you could be able to comment on people's channels and stuff. I've been on this platform for way too fucking long, basically. But yeah, I'm a dip anyway. Yeah, if y'all let me, I will get wrapped up in talking about nostalgia. It's crazy. I swear I'm not trying to sound like a boomer. I'm only 23 and I be reminiscing about my childhood and my past and shit like I'm fucking 50. I need to get my shit together. This happened to Army when our family grew exponentially in 2017. It started not to feel like home anymore, but I feel like things are going back to normal going back more to how it was when we were tiny with jokes and all. I just threw the word normal in there. I don't know why. But I hear you. I hear you. It is like that. It gets to the point where, and I hate the word manufactured in reference to K-pop because it always just kind of feels a little bit microaggressive. But when comment sections look like that, it's just like, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. But it all depends on the group. Not everybody's comment section looks like that, But yeah, again, y'all, I'll say I'm gonna go 16 times, and y'all will sit here and let me talk. No, I'm just playing. But I am gonna go. So, this chair sucks. I need a new chair to sit in because I'm getting fatter by the day. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Again, I'm going to try to download this VOD and then edit it into like a bit of a highlight reel for anybody who missed the stream. I'll do my best. I'll try to like grab screenshots. But knowing how long this video might take to edit, we will see. But yeah, I'm going to go eat something because I'm fucking hungry. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. I don't know how to end streams. I be wanting to end them like I do my videos, but that's not what we doing. I want to take this wig off. My head hurts. My fucking head hurts. I look really cute in this hat, though. Yeah. That's it. Bye, y'all. See you later. See y'all for whatever next live stream might be. Who knows? I will say this, too, by the way, before everybody goes. If anybody has any more ideas for videos or content like rant videos or whatever, any type of content ideas you have, you can drop them either in the community tab in my most recent post. You can drop them there if you want, or you can go into the Discord and give me your ideas there because I'm not running out of ideas, but I like to try to keep my idea pool like full so I don't fully ever run out of ideas. So again, if you guys got any ideas, feel free to let me know. And now I'm gonna dip. I'm for real go. So thanks you guys. Love you. Mwah. Wow. Bye. I always feel bad for hitting end stream so quickly. I'm just going to end it though. Bye. Yes.